So I would say about 90% of the people that I reach out to on Instagram or let's say Twitter or Facebook are likely to respond.
Okay, guys, so today I'm with a good friend of mine, Auston. We're going to talk about the benefits of building a strong social media presence, a strong personal brand, what I call a high status social media presence. And actually, as you're going to find out in the interview, that's actually how we got introduced. We've had massive benefits of us working together, collabing together, and just the friendship. And we actually met off of a cold DM because he liked my social media. He actually heard about me through a friend, but he decided to kind of contact me because I was collaborating with Fresh and Fit and all these people. So without any further ado, Auston, let's get into the interview and we'll talk about, like I said, the benefits of building let's say a high status or strong social media presence.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, so we are in beautiful Nairobi, Kenya with my good friend, Auston Alleman. For a few people who don't know you, why don't you just give us a quick rundown of who you are, what you do, what your channel is about, how you help people and big stuff.
So a few things about me. I'm Auston Alleman. I'm from DFW in Texas. I'm 25 years old and I've been outside the United States for about 2 years next month. And what I do is I create content to inspire people and inform people on life abroad and how they can do it themselves. And I actually have a consultation, well, I can say, a consultation business for people to come to Nairobi.
Nairobi, Kenya, yes, Africa.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing that you're doing right now, right?
Yes.
Helping people relocate to Nairobi, Kenya without stepping on any landmines, making big mistakes, the wrong neighborhood, or just messing up and not getting the full experience out of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So that's awesome. And that's your brand has evolved over time. You've done some dating content. That's how you started out with dating content in Brazil. And I want to talk about how it's evolved over time. But the first question I actually have for you is, you have a pretty strong personal brand. You're over 100K on YouTube, but I think like 40 or 50K, something like that on Instagram, and you're fairly famous. At this point, if you're looking for people to do content with you or collaborate with you in some way, you need to reach out to somebody in any industry, whether they're also relatively famous like you or not. What is the odds that this person will see you, see the social media presence, and want to respond to you and collaborate with you or open to meeting you or doing some type of business together? Basically, yeah, what's the percentage of people that you reach out to them and they say, yeah, I'll talk to you, I'll work with you?
I would say about 90% of the people that I reach out to.
Here we are talking about talking about the benefits of being famous. This is completely unplanned. Yeah, we're at some outdoor shopping mall right here. That's just another benefit. We're talking about how famous you are. Finish answering this question, please. I don't want to talk about the fame in Nairobi. That's a perfect segue as this guy comes in right now.
So I would say about 90% of the people that I reach out to on Instagram or let's say Twitter or Facebook are likely to respond. Maybe if it was somebody like J. Cole or Jay-Z, it's not, most of those people you could probably gonna have to pay to talk to them or go through their assistant or something like that to talk to them. But the average influencer, like the sexy girl that has all these, basically it looks like she's like a sugar baby. You know, that girl, she'll respond to my messages now because I built my profile to do that. Yeah. No matter where I'm at, I get a response.
Yeah. We'll talk about dating in a second. But let me ask you this again. So you've done approximately how many guests have you had on your live streams? Is it many? Hundreds?
I would say I've had hundreds of guests on my
hundreds of guests. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of guests. And these people range from, actually you can't see him in frame right now, but we have Bobby. Shout out to Bobby with us right now. Bobby has like 13K on YouTube. So he's got some traction too. And, some of these people are quote unquote, normal people, but a good percentage of them are also fairly prominent influencers. And even the famous people respond with almost 90%. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can say the same for myself as well. They see the blue check, a lot of followers. They see that I'm with Fresh and Fit, Yacht Parties, Girls, and anybody in my dating industry has also responded to me as well. So has this led to any type of business opportunities for you yet? Like reaching out to other people or just anything that would be lucrative and making money?
I would say that business opportunities that I've earned from reaching out to people by building my own personal brand is somebody like yourself, right? You taught me about Go High Level. You taught me about Notion, which Notion wasn't more of a business thing, but it was just convenient for me to have that. You taught me a lot about like my playbooks that I was selling when I had those earlier this year.
Yeah.
I also met Patrick Red through you, and I learned some things from him as well. So building my own personal brand improved my network because I guess my social net worth got more valuable.
Yeah.
So I was able to meet more valuable people.
Yeah, that's I'll tell the story. So, long story short, you were hanging out with somebody named Jason in some country in Latin America, and Jason kind of just happened to mention, "Oh, do you know this guy? You know, Casey Redbeard?" And he hadn't really heard of me yet. He said, "Yo, maybe you should reach out to him." And then you looked at my social media, and you saw my social media presence. Like I said, fresh and fit, the girls in the yachts. And we were talking about this in the gym. It was, you were like, Casey Redbeard, who is this guy? But then you saw my social media presence. That made you want to reach out to me. And that's actually how we met, by you reaching out to me, correct? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's just another example. Not that I'm some big famous celebrity or something like that, but we met through a cold DM, right? You had a very high status social media. I had a very high status social media, and that's how we met. And we talked about this in the gym. If you had heard about me even through a friend, but you go to my page, and it was 2 selfies of me in the car, me on my grandma's couch playing Call of Duty, you might be like, yeah, maybe I won't reach out to this.
I would need some verification, or you would have to pay.
Yeah,
You'd have to pay. Yeah,
exactly. And then we've done a lot of collabs together, and we know more joint ventures in the future. So let's talk about your fame in Kenya. So who's like a B or C list celebrity in the United States we can compare you to? I mean, you damn near have the fame of like a B or C list celebrity. I would almost say damn near A list celebrity.
in Nairobi. Yeah.
In Nairobi. Yeah, like how that guy just came up to you. If we're hanging out, let me tell. Actually, how about you tell the story? How did you become famous here, and what's it like being famous here, and what type of benefits do you experience from being pretty much damn near a B or C list, as famous as like Ty Dolla $ign or J. Cole or I don't know who, XYZ. What's that like?
I would say that I believe, I'm not sure exactly, but I believe that my social media presence gained notoriety very fast here in Nairobi. I know it was through TikTok and YouTube for sure. But I had a girl named Crystal that I was hanging out with the first day I got here. I met her before I was here, but when I got here, she posted me on her Instagram, and like a shitload of Kenyans just came through following. Every video I put up in Kenya on TikTok and YouTube, Kenyans are very invested in the internet here in social media. That's why it's good you stay on the good side, because if you get on the bad side, there's so many of them watching, like you'll probably want to delete your account if they come after you. So I think it's just a combination of who I was hanging out with and how invested they are in social media here. It feels great being a celebrity here in Nairobi because so far it hasn't been any negative experience. I mean, the closest thing that I got to a negative experience is like maybe 1 or 2 guys shot cock block, but for the indirectly cock block, I would say. They try to play it off like they were. But for the most part, they show a lot of love. The women show a lot of love, and the men are just as, they're not like the women, but they
You saw that guy just come up to you.
Yeah, they're very enthusiastic about people that speak well about their country. I'll say that.
Okay, cool. So I guess it's an ego boost,
It
right?
definitely is, yeah.
Yeah, they come up to you and everyone basically says nice things to you. And Bobby and I, we were sitting damn near in the same exact spot that we're sitting in now. A few days ago, maybe about a week ago, some girl approached you from afar. She was flirting at you. Do you want to tell this story real quick?
Yeah, whenever we came up here to the rooftop, she was already kind of looking at you and I. And so we sat down and I kept seeing her doing a little peek. For people that hear my dating advice, I always say, do the wave. All my friends know about the waves. I tell them, if you just wave, it saves so much time. So the wave, she's like, oh my God. Like she went like that and started laughing, but she got up. She made it seem like she was so nervous and shocked, but she got up and she actually walked over, introduced herself, pretended like she knew me. She didn't know who I was, but she pretended, because she told me she just made that shit up. That's what she told me on the phone. And then she sat down next to me. It got close, and so she was very aggressive. That's not always going to happen in Nairobi, but it's not uncommon to happen.
So let me back up. The whole thing about that she had recognized you, she said she made that up. She actually didn't recognize
Yeah, she said she didn't know who I was.
Oh, wow.
She said her friend told her to say that.
Oh, that you look familiar.
Yeah.
That was her opener. Okay. That's interesting because you're getting approached here left and right. I mean, if I'm out with you for a few hours at the mall, you could easily get approached 5 times. And we thought she recognized you. Okay, so that actually wasn't due to being famous. Okay, cool. So let me ask you another question then. everyone that you know and even new people you meet, because you weren't always famous. You've only been, how long would you say you've been famous for, roughly, and say, 10 or 20K subscribers?
28 months.
Okay, about a little over 2 years. How have people treated you differently? Both people that you already know and then new people that you meet. Do you find that you get treated with a new sense of respect from new people you meet because they know that you're, famous on the internet?
I would say that the way how people treat me now that I'm famous is something that I would say God had already prepared me for, because I went through a lot. I've learned a lot about people before I got on social media. Well, before I got big on social media. And so a lot of people put up this facade of who they really are, and I can always see right through it. So I just use them until, because I know what their true intent is. And usually at some point they always come out as some sort of low-key hater, or they had some ulterior motive that wasn't in my best interest, but I could always see it from the jump. I don't hang out with the people I hang out with a lot, I feel like are actually genuine people, because I could just feel that, I could see it. It might not always be right.
How about the new people then? Like if you are, or let's say, you don't feel like if you're meeting a new person who knows you, aren't they kind of like, quote unquote, on your dick a little bit? Like, oh,
yeah, they kiss my ass.
A little bit of like celebrity, like wow factor there. Yeah, so I get that, and I'm a lot less famous than you are.
Yeah, some people do, I guess, where you can say kiss your ass for no reason. I don't think about that too much. I just hate it whenever people, like I've had people come on my live streams and seem all cool, and then they do a whole 20-30 minute video talking shit about me. And then I see them in person and they're like nicer than any woman I've ever dealt with. And I would be like, hey, like, what is up with the video you made? It's like, oh, no big deal. It sounded like it, so you really can't trust anyone around you, because you just never know what somebody's ulterior motive is.
Yeah. But because I would say overall, people treat me differently. It's kind of like if you walk into a room with a tailored Italian suit, or you have a Rolex. I've said now that the new Rolex or the new tailored Italian suit or the new Lamborghini is a high status social media profile. Because if some guy, DMs you on Instagram and, he may not have his Rolex in every photo, he might be wearing his suit in every photo, showing off his wealth, but would you agree that a high status social media profile kind of acts like a resume that people judge you on?
Yes. You can see, whenever you build your social media for your dating life, you'll just notice, like you said before, your network improves, or your networking improves on social media, just because you have that following and you're usually in a niche. Like, for example, I'm in a travel niche. So if I have somebody in this same niche that's reaching out, I have an authority just because I have so much of a portfolio.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an instant resume, instant cloud, instant, what's the word? Social proof, or just verification. So I want to ask you this question. Well, first of all, quick answer. Roughly how many people message you on Instagram a day, or in a week or a month? It's quite a few, right?
A day, I would say no less than 20.
And no less than 20 messages on okay. And some of these people want to in some way connect with you, right? And I know I experience this. I don't get quite 20 a day, but I get a lot of people. And I know for me, I'll let you respond, how you do this. But the first thing I do is, who the hell is this stranger messaging me, right? A lot of time we get faceless accounts, or it looks like all their photos were taken on, like I said, a Motorola Razr. And every once in a while we get a DM from someone who, what we would call, looks high status. Maybe they're closing commercial real estate deals. They're traveling the world. They got beautiful girls with them. Maybe they know other influential people in our industry or other industries. How much does that play into it when you get a message from someone on Instagram? Do you operate the same way, click their profile and then kind of decide based on their profile whether you want to respond to this person and meet them?
Yeah, whenever somebody messages me on Instagram, I always look at their profile. Always. I always have to know what I'm dealing with, who I'm dealing with, where they come from, what are they about. And if they're a private account, like, if they're not a woman, I mean, a woman can get a pass with that just because, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle. But a guy, it's like, oh, no. You got a private account and it's not even you in your profile photo. Like, I'm not going to respond to that.
Yeah. Exactly. So have you met up with people that, for instance, would just have like a very like a 7 out of 10, like a little bit above average, or even an average social media? You met up with those types of people as well while you're traveling, correct?
I would say the first person that I can remember right now that had a 7 out of 10 or above social media account was Jason.
Okay.
And that's actually how I learned. I mean, he gave me the full boost. It was there daily, helping me. Like, no, you need to take photos like this. You need to edit your photos like this. Before you showed me how you do it, he showed me how he did it. And that helped me build. Yeah, yeah. He brought you up a few times when he put
Okay. Nice. Yeah, and to anybody watching who's like, oh, this is so superficial, and oh, it's all social media clout. I see it as an kind of a necessary evil. I hate the fact of like worrying about your social media image, but it is worth investing into. And look, if I got 3 people that want to meet up with me, 4 people in my DMs, oh, I love your videos, Redbeard, I love your videos, Austin Holloman, and I want to meet up with you. And yeah, there's 3 guys with, just like I said, the car selfie, or they're holding up a bass, a trout that they caught, and then the other guy is living life out, social and stuff. Obviously, we're gonna choose the social cool looking. You would agree? So it's not about like, oh, we're the cool kids and you can't sit with us.
It's the world we live in now. It's that if you're not on social media, you don't exist.
I like that. If you're not on social media, you don't exist. Yeah, and it's well. So what advice would you give to somebody who is brand new at this? Let's say that they're like, okay, I get it. It is a necessary evil. I see all the benefits of it. You've talked about the benefits from dating, how beautiful girls will respond to you. We certainly talked about, how that's how we met networking. We've already made, I made thousands of dollars from the part of your audience that you've sent to me. And hopefully, it's coming back your way. We've learned from each other. But for this person, like, okay, I get it, but they're scared. Maybe they have a fear of judgment or criticism, a lack of confidence to be cool on camera. Maybe that's a time or some type of fear of failure. What would you say to this person who gets it, but they're kind of clueless, but they want to start? How would you help this mood be at? What would you say?
If you want to start your own social media and you want to become an influencer and you're worried about what people think, you need to put yourself first. For example, when I first came out on YouTube, I was saying a lot of stuff a lot of people wouldn't say, but, well, I guess this is not the best example. That's what I wanted to do. And then when I seen that, oh, I'm getting paid to talk like this, I'm getting paid to tell my stories, my experiences, and I don't want to live in Texas anymore. I want to move to Brazil, but I need remote income. I said, oh, I'm going to do what's best for me. I don't care about what judgment I get. I don't care about what my mom thinks. I don't care about what anybody thinks. I'm going to do what's best for me. And eventually you do get used to it. If you talk to the camera, I talk to the camera daily, at least 4 times a day, because I was doing TikTok at first. So in about a month, I could pull out a camera with no camera, camera shyness or whatever. That was going, no stuttering, none of that. Talking to the camera daily, practicing your craft is what you have to do. But the thing is, you have to start right now, and you have to really want it. I've had people that want to grow their YouTube, and they think they can do it by posting once every 2 weeks. Yeah, that's like a fucking miracle. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, you're not gonna get to. I've gotten over 113,000 subs in a little over 2 years, which is not usual. Usually it takes people 7 years to do that. But I also, if you go look, I have damn near 1,800 videos on my account. I was posting twice a day at one point. There's work that had to be put into that. And if you're gonna post once a week, your shit has to really be on point. And as thinking a beginner is gonna be on point with thumbnails, titles, how you can retain the viewer's attention throughout the video is absolutely unrealistic. So you have to practice, and you're gonna make mistakes. I put out bad videos. I've had shitty photos on Instagram. I put up very risky tweets on Twitter, but it's all part of practice. I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Really quickly, maybe just talk about a few of the negatives, and then we'll wrap up. We'll let people know how they can find you. And actually, a quick question: would you take a consultation for somebody who wants to grow on social media as well, whether they want to be a YouTuber or an influencer, or just have a decent looking Instagram? Maybe they want to be world famous. Would you be willing to consult with people for that as well?
Absolutely. If you go to my website, theaustonholloman.com, you can book a consultation, and you can ask me whatever you want. But I can help you with social media, building a YouTube brand. I have programs for all that.
So if they want to be just like a decent Instagram, a regular civilian strong presence, or become an influencer, and then certainly, where should they travel to? Where are they going to get treated the best, especially as a black man? because that's, more or less, who your audience is. And obviously you are Black, so you know this. And then especially if they want to go to Kenya. Why don't you talk real quick about how you deal with haters and maybe some of the negatives that come from being famous or living this lifestyle, and then we'll wrap up.
It's easier said than done. You have to literally ignore the haters. The amount of stupid, ridiculous comments I get from complete losers is crazy. I mean, these dudes are losers, but they leave the stupidest comments most consistently. But the thing is, I don't even read my comment. I mean, I might open my YouTube once or twice a day to see one. I just like the comments. I just like them all. I don't say anything. But just know that if you're going to be talking about dating, they're coming for you hard on those topics. I mean, you could be talking about how to make a fucking pizza and somebody's going to talk shit about it. So if you don't have thick skin, this is not for you. I remember when I was in Tanzania, I had this one chick, I put her on my YouTube channel for an interview, and there was like, let's say 300 comments. I swear to God, like 295 of them were all positive. 5 of them were like negative. She calls me at 2:30 in the morning for me to delete a comment. She's a person that can never be an influencer.
Yeah.
Because it's disturbing her peace that much to the point where she can't sleep. Oh, but it was something small. Like I think they said something about her hair. Nothing was wrong with her hair.
Something that she could fix too.
Yeah, and
it's not that like her nose is crooked or something you can't fix. I guess you could get surgery, but not something unfixable.
Yeah.
So a day in your life, and I know this because we talk just about every day. Like even when we're not in the same city, we talk every day, and when we are in the same city, we pretty much hang out every day. So a day in your life, I know, is wake up, gym, eat food at a nice restaurant with all your friends, network with other cool people, hang out, get paid to live the life and hang out with high status people and date beautiful girls and blog about it, help people leave behind what they might say is not the best life in the United States, and the fame, people coming up to you, shaking your hand. Would you say that lifestyle, that amazing lifestyle you built is, remote lifestyle, total absolute freedom in your life is worth a couple haters in their mom's basement in Atlanta leaving nasty comments on it?
Yeah, it's well worth it. You just described, I do this every day, but when you just describe, I'm like, damn, that is a dream.
That is a dream, right?
That's a dream. Really living a damn dream. So
gym, vlog, eat, hang out, date.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can post who I'm dating online, and I don't give a damn, and they don't either.
Okay.
That's a dream.
I would agree with that.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's worth the haters.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's just close out. Thank you so much for doing this interview. Let them know one more time. Again, it's theaustinholloman.com and just Austin Holloman on all channels that they want to contact you, correct?
Yeah, theaustinholloman.com and Austin Holloman on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, anything. It's Austin Holloman. Even the email is austinholloman@gmail.com.
All right. Everybody go follow Austin Holloman. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you. All right.